Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Private Practice with Soul podcast. This is the first podcast for counsellors that just don't align with the traditional approaches to business and that want to use their spiritual gifts, talents, and interests to create, you guessed it, a private practice with soul. So, look, leave it to me to provide you with everything you need, including strategies that you can use to increase your income, reduce your workload, and of course, increase inquiries and referrals to your beautiful soul-led private practice. I love it so much. If you haven't done it already, grab your journal, grab your pen, and let's begin. Good morning, everybody. How are you? I hope that you have all had a wonderful week. I can't wait to hear about all of the wins and successes, the highs that you've all experienced this week in our Facebook groups. But today, what I want to do is give you some education, really, around what the sales pathway is for therapists, psychologists, counselors, social workers, allied health professionals, and everybody who's in the helping profession. Because without having this really clear understanding, it's manifesting in, people, perhaps even yourself, throwing spaghetti at the wall when it comes to marketing. The marketing isn't working. Then you're thinking either you're not good at it or you don't like it or it doesn't work and all those kinds of things. And then we create self-fulfilling prophecies and then we start to manifest unwanted outcomes when it comes to marketing and selling in our business. So I guess the first thing to understand is, even though we are in helping professions, you might feel like, well, I just provide sessions. You're still selling them. Anything where there's an exchange is actually a sale. Okay, so that's the first thing to understand. You are actually selling. It's not the purpose of all of your posts, though. If you're posting on social media, it's not the purpose of all of your blog posts if you're on your website. It's certainly not the point of all of your emails if you're sending emails. But you do need to understand the actual flow. So I thought today what I'd do is give you a little bit of a sample of what's inside Marketing with Soul, because I think if I do that, it might help you understand a little bit more, perhaps what you're missing when it comes to marketing. And I want you to have that awareness so that then you can do something about it and take action, because, knowledge is power, right? And I want you to feel empowered. So you've probably heard of the word funnel. And probably, switch off straight when you hear that word because you think it doesn't apply to you or it's too salesy or anything like that. But you need to understand what one is, because even in your business, you have one. It's kind of like manifesting. You're manifesting all the time, whether or not you're doing it intentionally and deliberately and consciously. Or not. You're always manifesting, and it's the same with your work. You always have a funnel for your business, and if you don't know, then you don't know. So I want to show you what it is today. A funnel looks like an actual funnel. It's that big triangle shape, and it sort of comes down to like a little spout at the bottom. And it has a few different segments or layers. And so I'm going to teach you what those are today, so that you know how to work with them and so that you understand a little bit more about what you could be doing differently to start to funnel people into your private practice and to booking inquiry calls or actual sessions, purchases, all those kinds of things. So the first level of the funnel is called awareness. Now, this is the biggest part of the funnel, and this is the thing that is going to help people know that your practice exists. Okay, so the whole thing about awareness is it is just getting yourself in front of people. It's not selling or anything like that. It's just letting people know that you're here. And it's not letting everybody know that you're here, but it's certainly letting your niche clients know that you're here. And there are lots of ways that you can create awareness. Some of those ways, if you are using social media, some of those ways might be to post, and you might post content about, yourself personally, like when I say that, I mean like about your personal journey to becoming a therapist. Like, why did you become a psychologist? Why did you choose social work over counseling? Sharing things like that will help build awareness, but also techniques and strategies that you use will help build awareness. And by that, I mean, showing up consistently is a great way to build awareness. And we know that because generally people need to see your stuff 55 times in mental health before they're going to take action on it. So that's 55 posts if you're on social, or it's 55 emails, or it's 55 visits to your webpage, or it's 55 visits to Google My Business, or whatever it is, 55 visits to your Instagram. So it's a long-term game. But awareness can happen through social media or not. It happens through the type of content that you put out and the frequency that you put it out. Okay. And the whole purpose of awareness is we want to get a total stranger who's never heard of your practice before to say, oh, you have a practice. Okay. What's this about? The next level of the funnel is called consideration. Now, this is where people, they already know that your practice exists, but now they're starting to think about, is this practice the right practice for me? Is this psychologist the right one for me? Is this social worker the right one for me? What are their fees like? What's their approach like? What's their personality like? Where are they located? How do they deliver services? What do they stand for? What are their values? What's their branding like? So this consideration phase takes time, because this is part of building know, like, and trust. So know, like, and trust is another marketing, I was going to say phrase, but it's not a phrase. It's a process, really, that describes the journey that people go on before they work with you. Okay, they have to get to know you first. That's awareness. They have to like you and trust you. That's consideration. And then they're going to buy from you. Okay. So people sort of stay in the consideration phase for months. It may be 90 days. And it's just really about them feeling some kind of rapport with you, some kind of connection with you. And so what you do when you're doing your marketing around this phase of consideration is you really want to be giving people lots of things that are going to help them feel like you understand their journey, or you understand, the situation, you understand the condition that maybe they've been diagnosed with, you understand something through your lived experience. It's really about building connection. Okay. The third layer of the funnel, and there are 5, but the third layer is conversion. And conversion simply means people hit the book now button, right? They've converted. So when they're considering things, they might, in that phase, book a call. If you're somebody who's doing sales calls, you might be calling them discovery calls, but they're sales calls. That would be in the consideration phase. And then maybe they've had that sales call and now they're going to convert. So that just means they're going to buy your program, enroll in your course, buy your digital product. What else could you do in private practice? All the things, but they're going to give you money now. Okay. That's what a conversion is. There's going to be an energy exchange there. Okay. What happens after conversion is clients move into the next phase of the funnel, which is called loyalty. And that's where clients have started to work with you and they're feeling aligned, they're getting results, they're getting outcomes, and they're loyal to you, and they're loyal to your brand, and they're loyal to your private practice. And this looks like them giving you great word of mouth and referring colleagues and friends your way. It looks like them, staying and buying more services. So, for example, the coach I'm working with now, I purchased a 6-week coaching program from her. I absolutely love it. And now I get to see her dashboard. And of course, I'm buying all the other things on her dashboard. It's the same with the coach that I had at the start of the year. I had her for 90 days. We had a 3-month coaching package together. And then I went and bought other things that she had. And, I love that. And I'll always be loyal to them because I get wonderful results from the work that they do. So that's what loyalty looks like. They might also do things like join your affiliate program if you're offering an affiliate program for something that you have in your private practice. Like maybe you're running a group program or a digital course or something like that you sell. Maybe they've been through it and they want to, share it as an affiliate. So there are lots of different ways that loyalty manifests in your private practice. And then the very last part of the funnel is advocacy. And advocacy really means they're advocating for your private practice. Okay. So again, it's like this really strong word of mouth, and it's exactly what we want. Now, the problem with marketing that a lot of people in private practice make is they forget or they don't know about the marketing process. They don't understand about the marketing funnel, and they just go for sales all the time. So they're constantly trying to get conversions, but conversions are expensive to get. Okay, they're super expensive to get, especially if somebody doesn't already know you, like you, and trust you. And by you constantly marketing, I've got availability, come and book with me, it's going to take you months longer and dollars more to get one booking versus somebody who understands the funnel and funnels their audience through it the right way. So the way that you would build awareness with somebody is you would have your freebie, you would have your lead magnet, you would have your opt-in, whatever it is, okay? It's going to give them a sample of what you do. And so you've seen my stuff, like I've got, loads of freebies. Well, actually a lot of them are now turning into $7 products and such, but I still have, lots of freebies that people can get because I want them to get that freebie. And I want them to say, oh, this was really helpful. What else does Brooklyn have, right? So I want them to have their awareness raised. And for that reason, you have to have a freebie for them or an opt-in or a lead magnet that is high value. So one of the things that often happens is when therapists are creating lead magnets and opt-ins for their practice, if they understand about funnels, they'll be doing this. They make the mistake of doing things that they want to do. They don't think about what their client wants or needs. And then it doesn't convert. They put it out there and they say, nobody's downloading my thing. And the biggest one for this is ebooks. It's like, nobody's downloading my ebook. Well, the thing is, unless you've got an ebook that speaks to your ideal client, they're not going to download it. And actually, ebooks have one of the lowest conversion rates of any of the lead magnets that you could be offering. So I wouldn't bother with ebooks, and they are a little bit outdated as well. In the consideration phase, that's where you'd probably be doing something like selling a low ticket product. So selling something to build your audience that might be costing them that $7. So $7 to maybe $37 is probably what you want to be going for there. And what's going to happen is you're going to give them something with even more value, and they're going to have a wonderful experience of that. And then they're going to say, well, what else has she got that I can afford right now? And they're going to go and gobble up all your other $7 things or $21 things or something like that. And they'll exhaust all of those and then eventually get to the point where they say, okay, I want to do the next thing now. What's that? Is it a one-to-one session? Is it the course? Is it the program? Whatever. And you're going to have conversion. Okay. So when you're trying to get clients for your private practice, you need to understand what this sales funnel is so that you can work with it, because it exists. Whether or not you like it, whether or not you understand it, it exists. And it's very, very important that you know what the flow is, because unless you have offers in your business, irrespective of what your profession is, you need to have offers in your business that are going to grow your audience and make them aware of who you are and what you do. So you can do this through paid ads. And I've got a training coming up for that this month in the Private Practice 101 group, where I'll be teaching the members there how to run Facebook ads for either $3 or $5 a day, with the intention of building awareness in the community that their practice exists. Because otherwise what's going to happen is they're going to go out there and try and be selling stuff and no one's going to buy it. And no one's going to buy it because there's nobody there to buy it, right? So anyway, that's happening there. But you can do awareness organically as well. It doesn't have to be through paid Facebook ads. But the thing about paid Facebook ads, even if it's only $3 or $4 or $5 a day, is it just really accelerates things and makes things happen just so much more quickly. So if you can find that money, it really does pay off in the long run. From organic strategies, you can absolutely build awareness, but it's going to take you a lot longer. Again, you're probably looking in each phase of that funnel, you're probably looking at 60 to 90 days. Again, that awareness is going to depend on the frequency and consistency that you're sharing information with your audience around, because as I said, it's 55 touch points in our field of work in health and wellness. It's 55 touch points that a client will need to see. So you can't just put a post out or send one email or something like that and hope for the best and think that it's going to work. It's not. You need to always be sending something, okay, or sharing something or being present. With other things you want to have, not only audience growing products and services and offers for your audience, but you also want to have ones that make you some money as well. And there are ways to do that too. And you learn about those in Marketing with Soul, so I won't go into them here. But there are ways that you can set up your funnel so that you're actually getting paid to advertise. And that's one of the things that I do. I have funnels set up that pay me to run ads. So running my ads doesn't actually cost me anything. And it's one of the ways that I build awareness and I build my audience. So in the last, is it 3 weeks? Maybe I don't know if it's the last 2 weeks or 3. I'm not in my ads manager account yet on Meta, which is Facebook, but that's where you go to run your ads. But I don't remember if it's 2 weeks or 3, but I've had, yesterday I downloaded my leads and there was 604. Actually, if I just give me one moment and I'll just pop into my ads manager and see since I downloaded those, if any more have come in. Yes, so overnight I've got another 66 leads. So that's 604 and 66 is 670 leads. So a lead is a new person in your world. So what they did was they downloaded my freebie. So in the last 2 or 3 weeks, 670 people downloaded my freebie. And the reason that they downloaded my freebie was because I figured out what they wanted and then I put it together and I let them know that it was there and it was ready and it was available for them. Of those 670 leads, gosh, do you know what? This is so embarrassing. I haven't had my coffee or anything, but 3% of them will convert to paying clients. So I don't know what 3% is. Hang on, I can do this. Let me think. I think it's just 3 divided by 670 times 100 over 1, isn't it? Times 100 divided by 1. So that's 44. That can't be right. No. 6.7 would be 1%. 6.7 times 3. Yeah, so I'm looking at 20.1 people of those 670 will become fee-paying clients. And this is how you keep your business going. Okay, so but you need to understand how it all works, obviously, and this is the thing: you don't get taught this when you're doing your qualifications. In fact, as we've already discussed before, what happens is you do your qualification, and then you think you're done with it, and you can go and hang up your shingle, and the client's just going to magically appear, and you're going to splash around a few Facebook posts, and even more will come, and it doesn't happen. But it doesn't happen because you just don't know what the process is. That's all. But anyway, you've got an idea now after listening to this today of the process and what it is and what's involved. But if you want to learn about it more, come along and join Marketing with Soul. It's not expensive. It is a tax deduction. There are loads of payment options to make it affordable for you. But it's really a program that's for people who are serious about building their audience, building awareness, and building their diaries, building their brand visibility, building their brand reputation, all those kinds of things. It's not really a program for people who aren't ready yet, and who kind of don't want to learn, and they're not ready yet to do the work and all of that sort of stuff. It is a self-paced program with very high success results, but all of the people who are in it, and so far it's been women, all of the people who are in it have just done amazing, amazing, amazing things. People joined Marketing with Soul while they were finishing their studies, and they were able to open private practices to fully booked diaries within 90 days. I mean, that's how good it is. And it's not that it's hard. It's because it's not. Marketing is not hard, but it's a learning curve, and you need to be willing to go on it. And so you've got the option there of learning how to do it, and you can go as quickly or as slowly as you like. You have access to all the course materials 24/7, so you can do it when people are asleep. You can do it in a cancellation. Plus, there's a really beautiful supportive community there that you can access to, of people who are also studying Marketing with Soul, or people who've completed it and are now there to support new people who come in. So you've got lots and lots of help there. Plus, you've got calls with me there as well. Plus, you get opportunities to have everything reviewed. So you're going to learn how to optimize your website. You're going to learn how to market without social media. You're going to learn how to market with it if that's what you want to do. You're going to learn how to market with your emails, because let's face it, you probably don't know what you're doing with emails. But there's a whole thing around how to build an email list and why you need to, even in private practice, and how you can best serve everybody who's getting emails from you to support not only them, but also future-proof your practice financially. So there are all of this stuff is covered in Marketing with Soul. But as I said, it's only for people who are serious about and who really do want to build their diaries and get clients. If you want information about that, please let me know. I'm happy to help you out, and I can send you a link. You can have a look at it, consider it, see what you think. There's loads of testimonials there as well. It works, and it's something that I put together years ago as a result of working with predominantly women in private practice who just didn't understand what marketing is, but who were wonderful helpers, who were very generous souls, who were amazing at doing I call it couch work, amazing at doing the couch work, but just a little bit lost, and then getting overwhelmed because, I don't know, for whatever reason, they weren't confident yet to go and learn marketing. And so I think what happens is we rely on asking other people their opinions. And the other thing too that happens a lot is people say, oh, I don't have clients and I'm posting all the time on social media, and can you, look at my website? And I do all of that for them. And the stuff's really bad. The posts are really bad. The website is really not optimized at all. It's no wonder it's not getting inquiries or conversions. And I'll say to people, hey, have you learned yet about marketing? Do you want to learn about marketing? This is what's happening. And they'll say, no, it's okay. My supervisor's helping me with marketing. And I just think, my goodness me, some supervisors also need to be mindful of operating out of their scope of competence. And it's just really sad because somebody's they're thinking that they're getting proper guidance from a supervisor about how to market their practice, and they're not. It's not working, and the guidance that they're getting is the wrong guidance. It just breaks my heart to see it happen. And what happens as a result of that too is then the person's like really hesitant because they're like, well, I trusted that my supervisor knew it, and now I found out she doesn't, and now you're telling me there's a course, but I don't know if I can trust you because, well, if I trusted my supervisor and my supervisor didn't do it right, how can I trust that you're going to do it right, Brooklyn? So I totally understand, and it just, yeah, I want you to take away from this episode today a few things. First of all, understand that there's a sales funnel. That's the first step for your awareness. Understand that you have a sales funnel. I want you to go away and have a think about what your funnel looks like at the moment. How are people becoming aware of your private practice? What are you doing? What steps do you take day to day, week to week, month to month, quarter to quarter, year to year, to that build awareness amongst a cold audience, so people who are strangers who've never heard of you before? What action are you taking to raise awareness that your practice even exists? What are you doing, paid or organic, to achieve that? And I want you to also think about what money making offers. So an offer is a service or a product that you exchange for money. Okay, so a counseling session is an offer, your retreat is an offer, your event is an offer. You get the idea. I want you to have a think about the money making offers that you've got, and if you've only got one, and that's a counseling session for $150. Think about, what are some other things I might be able to introduce that could give people a sample of what it's like to work with me, that would be low risk for them and cost them less than $100. Okay. So have a think about that. And then I want you to really understand what conversions look like for you in your private practice. And what would be very helpful is to start keeping a record or a track of how many times you're posting or sending emails or updating websites versus how many inquiries you're getting, things like that. And when you get inquiries, having some process there that tracks where those inquiries are coming from. And then that tracks how many of those inquiries are then being converted into fee-paying clients for your business. So really start thinking about all of those. And of course, it doesn't stop at conversion. I want you also to look at loyalty and advocacy. So what are you doing in your business that's building loyalty with your beautiful clients at the moment? What are the loyalty metrics that you have in your business? And they're really important because when you have loyalty, even with one client, it increases the profitability of your private practice, because it means that that client will be returning to you if there's a reason or a need. They're not going to go to me or to somebody else. They're going to come back to your business. So that's amazing, and that's gold, and that's like what you absolutely want to keep for your business. It means that they're going to be doing word of mouth referrals for you and helping build your business for you, and it's not costing you anything. It means that they may be affiliating for you, they could be advocating for you, or all of the things. So really, if you're not tracking yet word of mouth referrals, if you're not tracking yet a loyalty metric, and you will know how you want to measure client loyalty, just have a think about it and ask yourself, if I was going to measure loyalty of clients in my business, what would it be? Would it be that they return to see me if and when there's a need? Would it be that there's a word of mouth client, right? You get the idea. So I want you to take away these things from today, and you can absolutely go and use this information that I've given you to improve the business in terms of its visibility, in terms of its accessibility, in terms of being able to generate more inquiries and build conversions. But if you want to learn more, because there is more, and you want some guidance about how do I break this down and how can I make it look more realistic in my business, what are the steps? If you're one of those people that loves a step, a process, a plan, something like that, then really do consider coming along to Marketing with Soul. And as I said, I'll pop the link in the show notes for you. But if you just want to come and have a look or have a chat to me about Marketing with Soul and whether or not it's a program that's going to help you now, I'm happy to have those conversations with you. And just on that, one of the things that happened last week was I put out a post saying, if people were interested in, I forget what the post was, sorry, but my call to action, I remember that. My call to action was, if you have questions or if you want some details on how I can make this result happen for you too, let me know, Messenger. So that's what I did. I had, I think it was about 30 people, all women, contact me. Now, of those women who said that they wanted the information, maybe about a third of them actually read it and opened it. And of those women that read it and opened it, nearly all of them said, I want help, but I'm not in a position to do one-to-one at the moment. And then when I went back to them and said, okay, no problem, that's absolutely understandable, especially if you're starting private practice, you might not have money to invest yet in one-to-one services. However, there are other things that I've got that might be more within your budget. Where are you needing the most support right now? And I will point you in the right direction to those things, because I've got things that are $7. I've got things that are $47. So anyway, Neil, of the ones that responded to that, they were all like, my marketing, I've got no clients, I need help with client attraction. And I went back to these ladies and I said to them, great, well, so I can give you some quick guidance here. Can you tell me a little bit about your marketing plan? Can you share your marketing plan and your marketing strategy with me so I can have a quick squiz and I can give you some quick pointers and tips and, hopefully get you back on track again. And not one of them had a marketing plan or a marketing strategy. So I think that there's a lack of awareness in our community that you need to have these kinds of things. What was very common was, despite not having a marketing plan or a marketing strategy, they were all posted on social media. And when I went and did a review for them of their posting, what I saw was like, it's just no wonder that they're not getting the results. It's just because they don't know what to post. And so they're trying to look at what everybody else is posting, but not understanding that they're copying or modeling, posts of other people who aren't getting any results. It's a shame, because I think that more needs to be done to raise awareness around the importance of marketing. And I honestly think that if you're going to have a successful private practice, for me anyway, I thought when I first started private practice, this is going to be amazing. And I thought my whole time was just going to be spent on the couch with clients, having those beautiful conversations, watching growth, watching expansion, watching the journey unfold for them, seeing the outcomes and the results. That's what I thought it was going to be. But actually, no. You need to be working on your business, not just in it. And it's really hard to let go of that idea that you need to be seeing 20 clients a week or even more, 30 or 40. It's really hard to let go of that idea, because you think, well, I'm not going to be making money. But you need to let go of that idea that you've got to be on the couch all the time. It's probably, and this will be different for all practices, but to be honest, you probably want to be doing 20 hours of sessions. If you're working full time, you probably want to be doing, 15 to 20 hours of sessions, and match that again in working on the business. So that means doing your marketing, managing your finances, do you know what I mean? The working on the business stuff. It's going to be about 50%. So if you're not spending time working on the business, I would love for you to jump into your online diary, whether it's Power Diary, Galaxy, Calendly, whatever, and go and book out. If you're seeing clients for 3 hours on a Monday, book out another 3 hours to work on the business and do the same for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's got to be matched, because otherwise your business isn't going to grow. And there are so many ways to work on your business. Marketing is one of them. And if I was to break this down into a day, I would probably recommend for a new practice or an emerging practice, you spend an hour or two a day on your marketing, thinking about it, creating your marketing strategy, creating your marketing plan, creating your marketing strategy, implementing your marketing strategy, tracking to see what's working so that you can stop wasting time on things that aren't working. All those kinds of things. So they're all really, 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 really important things. And they need to happen because that's business. You can't you can't create a successful private practice that's got a steady stream of clients coming to you on autopilot without actually understanding what your funnel is and how to work with it and how to use it. So, as I said, you've got enough information from today to go away and work with this, and it's my pleasure to give you this information. It really is. But if this is feeling confusing, or you're feeling a bit befuddled by it, or maybe even stressed out or overwhelmed by it, that's okay. It's just a sign that you might need more help with it. And that help is available in the Marketing with Soul program, but only for people. It's only for people who are serious about getting results and who are at the point in their business where they need to make change. And if that's you, you're more than welcome to come along. I would love to support you. The other women would love to support you as well. You don't have to do it alone. There's loads of help here for you when you are ready. Okay? So that's that. So I hope that this was a super helpful, very interesting episode for you. If you are already marketing with Soul, there's more training on this in the portal for you. Plus we've got our call coming up soon, and we can go over it in more detail then, and we can do individual funnel assessments for people and see if you've got a good funnel, or if your funnel's working or not, if it's broken or not. And we can tweak your funnels and all that sort of stuff so that you've got a better, more consistent flow of inquiries coming through to your beautiful business. Okay. And it works for everybody. I say the word therapist, but that's my umbrella term, because having to say counselors and psychologists and social workers and allied health professionals is a mouthful. So when I say therapist, I mean you. I mean everybody. Okay. Well, have a beautiful Friday. Well done on getting through another week in your practice. And thank you so much for helping more people in the world that really needed the help that they can only get from a beautiful soul like you. You're doing amazing, and you should be really, really proud of yourself. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye. I hope that you loved this episode as much as I loved putting it together for you. To get more resources to help you in your private practice, head over to Instagram. My handle is @theprivatepracticecoach. And also, if you want more inquiries and referrals for your business, let me know. I have a program called Clients on Demand that opens every quarter, and I can absolutely get you some information for that as well. You are doing an amazing job. Thank you for sharing your gifts with the world. Bye.